Welcome back to X Snipes Gaming. Today we got a huge matchup in the NBA. The Toronto Raptors visit San Antonio to take on DeRozan and the Spurs. It will be Kawhi Leonard's first time back against the Spurs since the big trade that sent him and Danny Green to the Raptors for DeMar DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl. There's going to be a lot of emotions in this game. I'll start with that. Kawhi going home, he doesn't know if he's going to get a standing ovation or boos. And what about DeRozan? Played his whole career with the Toronto Raptors. Could be going against his best friend in Kyle Lowry, depending on if he plays tonight. As far as I know, he is a game time decision with that back injury. But still, to go against your former team, he won't have to go against Jonas Valanciunas, which is still out with that finger problem. But let's get to it with Kawhi this year. Since the trade, he has been playing 34.8 minutes per game and averaging, his shot is almost 50% with the Raptors. That is better than his shooting percentage of 49% with the San Antonio Spurs. It's not a big difference, but it's still a difference. And let's go look at his assists. He's averaging 2.8, which is 0.5 points higher than with the Spurs. Steals per games on average, blocks on average at 0.5, but he is making 11 points higher per game this year than his 7 seasons with San Antonio. He is scoring roughly 27.3 points per game, but yeah, he started his career, so it'd be lower. And he's on pace for career highs. He's played 30 games, started 30 games. There's not much more, but I was watching the Jazz Raptors game the other night, and of course Toronto's calling him MVP, and arguably so, he deserves to be the MVP of the East for sure. He's in some tight company with LeBron James, but you know what? Can't do much about that. Now let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors since the trade. Their record is 28-11. They are first in the Eastern Conference. Their last game was a win over the Utah Jazz, 122-116, where 2 players set career highs. Kawhi Leonard, 45 points, and Pascal Siakam. What a beauty this year. I believe he is the most improved this year by far. He had 22, I believe, or 25. I could be mistaken. They're averaging 113.1 points per game. That's 7th best in the NBA, with opposing teams only scoring 107.5, which is 9th best in the NBA. So not too bad, not too shabby. Can't complain about that. Let's move on to the San Antonio Spurs. They are 21-17 this year. Since the trade, 7th in the Western Conference. The Western Conference by far is really tough, so not a bad record. Could probably be better. And they won their last game 120-111, and they're averaging 111.5 points per game, which is 13th in the league, and points against 109.2 points, and that's best for 12th in the league. So as far as team play, Toronto has the edge in this, but without Jonas Valanciunas, we don't know if Kyle Lowry is going to play. That's big shoes to fill for guys like Fred VanVleet and Norman Powell and Siakam playing huge minutes, and even Moose, Greg Monroe, has been playing stellar for the Toronto Raptors right now. He had some huge blocks against San Antonio. And it's going to be a tough one. Pascal Siakam's probably going to be against Jakob Poeltl. They were really good friends when he was there. Who knows? Could be a good game. Let's go look at DeMar DeRozan since the trade. He was arguably my favorite player still, even though he's not with Toronto and Kawhi is, and I like Kawhi. DeMar DeRozan's my guy. He's even mentioned in one of the songs I Spy, I believe. Right now he's averaging 35.2 minutes per game. Last year he averaged 33.9, so he is on pace for his record. He is averaging his shooting percentage is 47%. That is 0.30% higher than last year's. And he is averaging 6.3 assists this year. That is 2.2 points higher. No, sorry, 3.2 points higher. He's averaging 1 steal per game, 0.5 blocks per game, 2.4 turnovers per game, and averaging 22.9 points per game. So as it stands, we have won that trade. Kawhi doing better, but DeMar's there for longer. Can't tell. My prediction is Raptors win by no more than 10 points tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be tight until the fourth quarter, and arguably so, the fourth quarter is always the Raptors. Hopefully they come out with a big start, push the paint for points. That's going to be the key to winning tonight, and contain DeRozan. For sure, I would love to see Kawhi Leonard against DeRozan this whole game. That would be fantastic. Probably not going to happen, but that would be one matchup I would like to see. And that's pretty much the pre-game recap. Talking about the trade, I believe Toronto won. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you guys think that San Antonio won the trade because DeRozan's contract. So let me know in the comments. I'll be doing probably another one of these videos when DeRozan returns to Toronto. That will be more emotional, I believe, than Kawhi returning to San Antonio because of all the problems they had there. But DeRozan hasn't said anything about tonight yet. Hopefully he does, to get perspective of how he feels. And that's where I'm going to leave off. So have a good night, enjoy the game, and I'll catch you on the next one.